And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Nick from Australia YouTube channel. Welcome to the Saturday football review for round number 19 of the NRL. We saw two games of Super Saturday. The Titans beating the Eels 24 points to 16, and the Dragons beating the Broncos 30 points to 26. Very interesting Super Saturday. Wouldn't say the rugby league was high quality or anything like that, but I thought it was an okay day of footy. Like, the first game was an absolute poo slinger. It wasn't a great game that Titans Eels won, and then obviously Broncos and Dragons looked like crap for a long time. Dragons were putting a score on. What was it, 28-6, and then all of a sudden, the Broncos find a way to come back, and they nearly stole it, but it just wasn't enough in the end. Hello to the live chat that is currently watching. G'day to Lockie. G'day to Jason Reader. G'day to William Pearson. Hope you guys are all well. I have got every single tip right so far this weekend, which is good. I need Manly to win tomorrow, but I kind of hope Knights win, so Cowboys stay 7th on the ladder, but I have to wait and see what happens. Hello to SS Storm fan as well. Hope you're well, mates. Hope you're doing well. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're a regular viewer and you're watching, thank you very much for tuning in once again. I would appreciate it if you guys can like and subscribe. And if you want to donate to the channel, you can. You can use PayPal, which is in the description box down below. Pay ID is also available through email. And there is Super Chat as well, but wouldn't recommend Super Chat because I won't get it for 2 months. So PayPal or Pay ID are the best options if you want to donate to the channel and support it. That's the way to do it. Anyway, we'll get into the review. We won't spend too long on these two games because they weren't great, if I'm being honest. Gold Coast Titans 24, Parramatta Eels 16. This game was absolutely boredom. Like, it was so boring to watch. It wasn't a great game of footy by any means. The Gold Coast Titans scored 2 tries in the space of 3 minutes in the opening 12 minutes. Khan Pereira in the corner, and then he went over again. It was 12-0 Titans, and it looked like it was going to be 50-0 at one point. Then Philip Sami went over on the right wing. Titans led 18-0 after 20 minutes. And I'm sitting there watching the game, and I'm thinking to myself, this is going to end up being either 38-6, 44-6, 56-6. It looked terrible. 18-0 up. The Titans look like they were going to absolutely put a score on. But then, when they got to 18-0, they sort of just backed off a little bit. They weren't playing like they were at the start and the back end of that second half. There was a very poor try to Luca Moretti. Really bad from AJ Brimson. That was definitely a brain fart from him. And then it was halftime. It was 18-6. I could not believe it was 18-6 at halftime. When I was watching it, I thought 18-6 is actually respectful to Parramatta. It honestly felt like 28-6. I couldn't believe it was that close. Anyway, second half begins. Pretty scrappy for the most part. Then Brian Kelly ended up scoring. Then it was 24-6, and I thought, okay, now they're going to kick on and run away with it. No, didn't happen. Will Penasini went over for a very soft try, I might add. And then, obviously, Goverson went over from dummy half. And, yeah, it was 24-16. And Parramatta didn't really look like scoring again after that. Gold Coast, I think, I don't know if it was their intention, but they seem to have gotten to 18-0 and sort of just stopped playing dominant rugby league. It was weird, man. I mean, the Gold Coast to win the game obviously was good for them. Winning 24-16, they'll take any win at this rate. But with how Parramatta played for most of that match, I thought an 8-point win for the Titans was pretty ugly. Pretty ugly. They could have won by more. They probably should have won by more. But, I don't know, man. They let Parramatta back in the game for some reason. And I'm not going to say they nearly blew it, but it was like, the fact that they let Parramatta get it back to that margin was a little bit disappointing. But, good on the Titans, I guess. They got a win. Fair play to them. I must admit, though, David Fifita was looking for a really big game after being ignored for Origin for the third time. And I don't think Fifita did anything special, anything great in this game. He wasn't anything great. So, I don't want to see all these Fifita dick riders out there. Fifita he didn't have a great game. You can't tell me he had a good game. He was very, very quiet. Didn't break the game. Didn't change the game. Didn't do what he would normally. It was pretty quiet in my opinion. My player of the game though for Gold Coast and Parramatta, I'm actually going to give it to Jaden Campbell. I actually liked Jaden Campbell at 5'8" today. Thought he was dangerous. He set up a nice try. Thought he was good, man. But Jaden Campbell, my player of the game. And moving on to the other game, Dragons 30, Broncos 26. I did say Dragons to win, and they did get it done. They did get it done over the Broncos up there at Suncorp Stadium. Dragons were on early, man. They were on. Tupelotu ended up getting a hat-trick, which was very good stuff from him. Suli and Sewer got one for the Dragons. For the Broncos, tries to Walters, Mann, Moser. Staggs got a double. Dragons looked really good early with that Tupelotu try, and then Billy Walters got one back, and then the Dragons just kicked on a little bit, eh? Suli went over. Very nice try, ran a good line. Tupelotu in the corner again, very soft. Very soft. Jaden Sewer off just Tristan Saylor knock on. And then obviously, Tupelotu again. Tupelotu again in that second half. Dragons will be disappointed, but like they led 28-6. They led 28-6. They nearly got run down. It got back to 28-16. Then it went 30-16. Then it was 30-20. Was it 30-22? I mean, then 30-26, and yeah, just a weird old game. This one, Dragons at 28-6. I thought they were going to run away with this and maybe win by 40. But the Broncos fought back. They had a crack, especially in that second half. They looked a lot better. They just didn't have the class. They didn't have the players to really win that game for him. I mean, Ezra Mann tried really hard tonight, but probably didn't have the ball as much as what he would have liked. Just another really poor performance from the Broncos. Just the Broncos are too busy playing in matches, man. Like, they'll be good for 15, 20 minutes. Then they'll be really poor for 20, 25. Then they'll be good for another 10. The Broncos, for me, they're too in and out of games. That's the problem. I know Reynolds is out. I know they didn't have their Origin players. Dragons didn't have theirs either. Hunt and Lomax weren't there tonight. But yeah, you got to look at the at the Broncos and go. It's panic stations now. Broncos are in panic stations. Like they got Newcastle next week. That is literally a must win. If I don't beat Newcastle, finals is gone. It feels like that their finals are probably gone now, but next week is gonna be the week where it's guaranteed, like absolute must win, no excuses. They gotta get it done. They gotta get it done. That's for the Dragons. Full credit to them. They go to 9 and 8, I believe, on the live ladder. Let me just confirm that. I believe they're 9 and 8, and they're in the 8. Yep, they're 9 and 8. They got the bye next week, and then they got to play Penrith and Melbourne back to back. So the Dragons got a really tough run coming up. If you look at the Dragons' run home, they got to play Melbourne, Penrith, Sharks at one point, Bulldogs again, and then they don't play anyone else that's above them. So the Dragons do have to play 3 teams that are in the top 4 and the Bulldogs that are there. Bulldogs, pretty sure they put 50 on them earlier in the year. So Dragons have got a really tough run coming up. If they're going to play finals, they're going to have to win one of those games for sure. So interesting stuff. Yeah, anyway, good win for the Dragons. My player of the game, but Dragons had a lot of great players tonight. Like, I thought DeBellin was great. I thought Sully was great. I thought Jacob Little was great. Jaden Sewer. All 4 of them were outstanding. But I'm going to just go Jacob Little as my player of the game. Thought he had a fantastic game for the Dragons. And, yeah, he's my player of the match. But anyway, guys, that is my quick Super Saturday review for the Saturday night football review, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you all. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Would really appreciate that. If you want to donate to the channel, you can. There is PayPal. There is PayID. There is Super Chat. Would much prefer PayID and PayPal because I get the money instantly. If you use Super Chat, I won't get it for 2 months. So they're the options there. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Manly Knights review. Till then,